What's this? The Witch of Cumberland?
Her name was Banks. The identity of her parents was not known, nor
Nor
her
was her
given.
given name. She's said to have lived in a tumble-down shack near the southwest corner of the lot with the Moore Library downstairs.
When displaced with the neighbors, she would shake her forefingers and repeat several times, "You'll be sorry, you'll be sorry."
She was thought to be able to cope with humans and animals alike. And there's even one story that involves her turning herself into a skunk. I think we need to look more into this. Holy shit!
The first legend that we researched was the ghosts of the Greeley High School track. According to the legend, 5 students were murdered in the 1950s. Some say that at night, the school lights will flicker and they can still see their ghosts roaming the school grounds. We asked some high school students if they have ever had any encounters with these ghosts. This is what they said.
Do I believe in the ghosts? Yeah, of course I believe in the ghosts. You don't know what I've been through with those ghosts. I was run by the track, going for a little extra workout. Started my 400 sprint. It's all the way around the finish. I just finished, and all of a sudden the lights started flipping on and off. About this. Right on.
The next legend we researched was that of Granny Banks. To research this legend, I had Jake Emery, who had already had his account with the ghost of the track, to help me out. As an effort to find more information, we asked the librarian at the Prince Memorial Library.
The front building was built in, started construction in 1921, and it opened January of 1923.
Okay. And so it must have been at that time or before then that the shack was torn down.
Yeah, I'm going to say that it was. Let's see if... So this shows you the houses that would have been on Main Street in 1871. Whether or not it's one of those, it says it's Banks, but I have a research. And I don't think it mentions at Banks whether or not, I mean, supposedly she was living on this property, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Before 1807, because that would be the
Okay.
article.
So if you want to come back and go through them, I mean, you might, if you could find that article, obviously that'd be the best thing.
Okay.
Unfortunately, he knew no more about the legend than we did. At this point, Jake and I decided to take a midnight visit to the library's southwest corner where Granny Banks once lived.
So, David, where was this witch's house supposed to be?
Southwest corner of the parking lot, right over here.
Looks like it might be back there. Granny Banks' house could have also been anywhere in this area. Southwest part of the library. search these woods. Did you see something?
According to Margaret Wyman, her name was Granny Banks. We don't know who her parents were nor her given name, but we do know that in 1807, a Lucreta Banks and a Dr. Elias Banks joined the old Congregational Church at Cumberland Center. Granny is said to have lived in a tumble-down shack near the southwest corner of the lot where the Prince Memorial Library now stands. She was tall and straight as an arrow with piercing black eyes, jet black hair, and a set of teeth that could be sold to a princess for weight in diamonds. These teeth she preserved by occasionally catching a snake, holding his head firmly between her fingers, biting through his body close to his head, and drawing through her teeth the rest of his body.
Pretty far off. What do you think that is?
I don't know.
Her toothpicks were always a splinter from a lightning ribbon tree.
A lot of junk back here.
She would ask neighbors to do favors for her, and if they declined, she would repeat, "You'll be sorry, you'll be sorry." When Deacon Hamilton of North Yarmouth refused to do a little errand for her on his way to the market, he was also sorry. 2 or 3 nights later, his house was surrounded by dogs, leaping and putting their paws on the windowsills. The cattle bellowed, the sheep bleated in terror, but not a yelp nor bark from the dogs. They were the spook dogs of the Shakers, for our great-grandmother Herrick saw them come down the old gray road.
It's great on the outside, but on the inside it's all dead.
One student at Greeley even claims that he saw the ghost of Cumberland. This is his story.
One day I was walking home after school and I wanted to stop at the Prince Memorial Library to do some studying, so I had a test the next day. I walked into the parking lot and I went over to the door that was locked. So I went around to see if I could get someone to work there. Back. All of a sudden, I heard this screaming, this horrible screaming. I started running home and I felt this tapping on my shoulder. Tap, tap. And I looked around. There was this witch. And I was horrified and I started running up, bolted down the road, all the way down my house. And the whole time I heard this witch's horrible scream. "You'll be sorry, you'll be sorry."
We went to see Donna Damon to uncover more about this legend of the ghost ship of Casco Bay.
During the War of 1812, there were commercial sailing vessels that carried cargo up and down the east coast of the United States, and they would go across the Atlantic